Hi there, my name is Kiana and today I will be talking to you about my placement experience at Bournemouth University. When first starting off the application process, I was a little bit worried that I wasn't going to find a placement because so many other students were applying for them at the same time. But I went through the My Career Hub, which is part of the university, and it's basically a platform that advertises new jobs that are open to students. There's also different opportunities on other websites like Indeed.com. I also looked at Reed.co.uk, but unfortunately some of those applications didn't work out. Like I said, it can be really competitive, which is why I reached out to a family friend and I looked into the company that she was working in, and I basically opened up the question to them. I said, do you have an events department, and if so, do you need any support with marketing or promotions? And they came back to me with really positive responses saying, yes, we do have an events department, but we currently aren't receiving a lot of return on investment. Is this something that you could help us with? And after an interview or two and just having a discussion with them, I was able to secure my placement. Unfortunately, the placement was located in a small village in England that I had never been to before. I hadn't ever even heard of it. This meant that I needed to move from a big town like Bournemouth to Billingshurst. And this was really difficult for me because I am an international student and I don't know very much about the UK, and at that time I had just finished my second year of learning on campus and I was being pushed into the world of work, which was really exciting at the same time, but of course it's normal to feel nervous. One thing I learned from that experience was you need to start looking for housing as soon as possible. I looked on different websites. One that I found really useful was spareroom.com, and I was able to meet up with a couple of the landlords and landladies, some people who would have been my housemates, and I felt like meeting them in person first before seeing the flat was really helpful because I could learn more about who they were. And eventually I found a flat with an incredible landlady and she became one of my best friends. So that was a really great experience, which is part of placement year. Also, when you're looking for housing, make sure to budget according to what you may be earning during your placement year, or if you're not getting paid from the company and they're paying for expenses instead, then just make sure that you do have a little bit of a look-see into all of the finance bits and what you can do. Anyway, getting straight into what my placement experience was like, I got pushed straight into the deep end. I was labeled their events and marketing assistant, and my first project was to contact all of the CEOs of the companies that were partnered with the company that I was working at, and I needed to organize a golf day. This was really difficult for me because I had never played golf before. I had no idea who these people were, and I needed to get them up on the phone and be like, hi, we're organizing this event and we would really love if you could be a part of it. And it was just incredible to be able to be given so much responsibility so quickly. I was also in charge of making merchandise for the event, so I had to make little golf bags and design golf balls. So the one piece of advice that comes from that is that it's okay to ask questions. I started off not knowing exactly what they wanted. They didn't have a specific events department. They didn't know exactly what they were planning on doing, which is where I came in. I was always asking questions. My manager was really incredible at helping me figure out the customer relationship management system that they use. I also learned that it's really great to take a step back sometimes because I was organizing marketing campaigns on my own. This meant that I needed to send out social media posts on my own, and I sort of had to trust my gut in being able to use the company's tone of voice. For the first 2 months, I found it really difficult to do that because I'd never written in that writing style before, but you sort of learn on the go, and that's the great part about placement year, is that you are put into an environment where you need to use all of the theoretical knowledge that you learned at university and start applying them in a practical way. So when you do come across experiences in your placement year that you're sort of confused about and you want to know more about it, a great thing you can do is research. Just go online, see what other people have done, what their campaigns look like. I think it's just great to look at your placement experience and sort of improvise along the way and just develop new ideas that can help you develop into the career that you're planning on going into. And that's something that's brilliant because I can now put that down on my CV and say, yeah, this is what I did, this is how I learned to do it, and that's what placement year is about. It's just a great way to put yourself out into the industry and solidify if this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. If you need any other advice on anything else about Bournemouth University, please do check out the blogs and vlogs from other Bournemouth University students.